Well, good morning. Just wanted to make a video as we're getting ready to leave the house to go into town for the last time, get some things done. My flight is at midnight, actually 12:05 tonight, which would be tomorrow. Today is the 3rd, and I fly out at 12:05 midnight. So I'll leave for the airport at 6, take me about 3 hours to get there, and I'll have 3 hours to check in and wait for my flight, then off to London, and then to Charlotte and home. So it's been an exciting trip, to say the least. It's been wonderful. God has blessed tremendously. We've seen souls saved. We've seen some preachers get some help. We've been able to be a help and a blessing to Brother Michael and Miss Anne Marie, and that's part of why we came as well, because our preachers and our missionaries, they all need help. They all need encouragement. And it's not me, and I don't want it to sound like, wow, you've got everything and it's all about, it's not. It's the Lord, and we all know that. But the Lord uses people. We are the Lord's hands. We are the Lord's feet. We are the Lord's voice and encouragement sometimes. And I know the Lord speaks to our hearts, and I know the Lord encourages us, and we can find our strength in the Lord, but God also uses humans. And that's His choice. That's how He has chosen to do it. And it's wonderful to be used of God. And so you can be used of God to be an encouragement to anybody, anywhere, anytime, if you'll let God use you. So anyway, we're here and just trying to be a blessing and just trying to be an encouragement and learn some things. See firsthand. Kenya and Brother Hopper has done a great job to help us to see Kenya. I mean, we've seen every area of it, every aspect of it. We have been busy. Excuse me. We've traveled everywhere. Mountains, desert area, just everywhere. And so, we've got to see the vastness of this country and how it changes. But we also, have got to see souls saved. As I said before, there was a village we went into, and I can't ever remember the names of these villages. I'm having a hard time remembering my own name. But we went into a village, and as we went in, some of the men went around telling everybody, hey, there's a preacher here. He wants to preach to you. Come on out. So a bunch of folks came, and right in the middle of town, they have this platform built where people can make announcements and so forth, right in the middle of town. And so we stood there and preached, and I had 2 interpreters. So I'd have to say something and let each one of them repeat it and so forth. But we saw God save 6 people. And it's amazing, elderly lady, way up in years. 2 grown men, just stood there right in front of the whole town watching and trusted Christ and prayed and trusted Christ. So we've seen God do, and some young people. And so we've seen God do some amazing things. It's just wonderful to be used of God. So there's a great need here. Brother Michael, in the month of March, will be going down into that valley that I showed you, where the Pocots are. We actually found somebody that is of that tribe, and they're willing to take Michael in with some other preachers, and they're going to have to climb down. They're going to have to cross over a little ridge and go climb down into that steep valley, hike in, and they're going to go in for a few days and try to witness to them, take them the gospel. Isn't that exciting? So God's doing some marvelous things, and I'm glad we get to, see it and be a small part of it and see what God's going to do. So you pray for the Hoppers. They need your prayers. This is not easy. This, when people come over, they see the easy side of it mostly. They see the, how things transpire, but the work itself is difficult. It's time consuming. It's hours in the vehicle getting somewhere, beating you to death. I've got to go see a chiropractor when I get home. And, 5 hours to get anywhere, in a car, and get there, witness, spend 3 or 4 days, and then, 5 hours back. So you pray for the Hoppers, and it's not easy for Miss Anna Marie. A lot of times she can't go with Connor to some of these places where it's so dangerous, and she has to stay back. And bless her heart, that's not easy. Ladies, that's not easy. And so you pray for the Hoppers. Pray for Michael, that God will keep him safe and use him. You pray for, Miss Anna Marie, that God uses her. I mean, she's such a blessing. And man, she has learned the language so wonderfully well. Has a tremendous ability to sing. And we were in the car singing. Man, she was just, I mean, she's just sweet voice. And so God's using her. And so you pray. One day, if Jesus tarries, young Connor may be a third-generation missionary here. Isn't that exciting? So all these things, help us to be able to know more about our missionaries and how to pray for them, how to pray specifically for them, how to encourage them, write them letters. Everybody wants to hear a report from a missionary all the time, but where's the report from home to the missionary? Where's the encouragement from home to the missionary? Hey, our church was doing this and this happened and someone got saved. We just want to let you know, we're praying for you, but hey, thank you for praying for us, and this is what's happened back here. And that's encouraging. They need to hear that. And so an email, I said letter, but you know what I mean. An email is simple, man, 5 minutes in an email and it's gone, So do that. Encourage your missionaries, the Hoppers, any missionaries your churches support. You need to be encouraging them. If every family picked a different missionary, just don't tell nobody. Just, okay, we have 10 missionaries, so this month I'm taking this one, next month I'm taking that one, and randomly just everybody take one. And, you send one email a month, big deal, and you're encouraging that missionary. So that, they may get 20 or 30 emails from one church, or whatever, and that'd be an encouragement to them. So you pray, and you pray as we travel home that God will keep us safe, and we'll have a wonderful time. I'm excited to see my family. I miss them. It's been a long, almost 30 days, and but God has taught me a lot, and I'll be back. I'll be back to Kenya. I don't know when. I'll come back when God tells me to. And, these men that are laboring here, some of them are working long, hard hours and pastoring churches. And it was a joy to meet them and sit down and open the Word of God and teach and share scriptures with them and life lessons with them, and encouraging them from a pastor that's been in the, a preacher that's been in the ministry for many, many, many years, have learned a lot, have seen a lot, how to give them some encouragement to remain faithful. And so thank God we've been able to be here. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you praying for us. I appreciate you praying for Miss Lisa and praying for me and praying for the Hoppers. But don't stop. We're still got to get home, and then we need you to continue to pray for CPR Ministries as we go and encourage pastors even in the States. I've got a list. Pastors have already been calling me, messaging me. Please come to our church. Please come preach a revival. Please come preach, this meeting or that meeting, and we want you to come give a report. I've got a list already growing, and if you want on that list, you shoot me an email or shoot me a messenger message. Once I get back in the States, you'll be able to text me, and just let me know. We'll come. If God will let us and open up the door and give us an opportunity and a way to do it, we'll come there. But we're praying for you. And I know you're praying for us, and we appreciate it. We love you. Thank you. And those of you that have been supporting us, some of you have been asking me this question. Let's throw it out there. You can go to our website, and on our website, there is actually a way to give to our ministry, and some of you have asked about that. So in the day and age in which we live in, we try to make things as easy as possible for folks to be a part of this ministry. That's one way you can do that. You can always send a check to our home church. In your market, and make the check out to CPR Ministries. You can always do that, but there's another option for you if you want to do that. And listen, we love you. Thank you. We could not do what we do if there were not people praying for us and people giving so that we can go. And we do not take that lightly. That we do not. We are honored and humbled that you support this ministry like you do, so that we could go and do what God has called us to do. God bless you. We love you. We'll talk to you soon. I'll do another video maybe when I get home. Till then, remain faithful. God bless you.